What if I told you that right now, as you watch this video, thousands of Canadians are losing their jobs to something they can't argue with, can't outwork, and can't outrun? Not to a younger person. Not to someone from another city. To a machine that never sleeps, never asks for a raise, and gets smarter every single day. You won't believe which 5 jobs AI is coming for next. And, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether your job is at risk, and what you can do about it. Even in Canada, a country that prides itself on a strong middle class, AI is replacing jobs faster than most people think. Stay until job number 5. Because that one? Nobody sees it coming. Welcome back to Hidden Mind, where we dig into the things that shape your world, even when you're not paying attention. I'm going to talk to you today about something that's already happening, not in some distant sci-fi future, but right now, in Toronto office towers, in Vancouver warehouses, in Calgary call centers, and in small-town pharmacies across this country. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a tech buzzword. It's a workforce revolution. And the question isn't if it will change your job. The question is when. Barchart Stat, according to a 2023 report by the Brookfield Institute for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, roughly 42% of Canadian jobs are at high risk of being significantly disrupted by automation and AI within the next decade. 42%. That's not a fringe number. That's nearly half of all working Canadians. And yet, most people are going about their day completely unaware. Now, AI hasn't taken all these jobs yet. But it's coming. Fast. And the 5 jobs we're about to reveal are the ones where the clock is already ticking the loudest. We'll look at who's being affected, how the technology actually works, why humans can't keep up, and what real Canadians are already experiencing. Let's start with job number 1. And honestly, this one should scare every single person who works in an office. Picture this: Sandra has worked as an administrative clerk at an insurance company in Mississauga for 11 years. She processes claims, enters data, updates files, sends confirmation emails. She's good at her job. She's fast. She's reliable. Then one Monday, her manager calls a staff meeting. They've installed a new AI system. By Friday, Sandra's job as she knew it, is gone. High voltage. This is not hypothetical. This is happening right now across Canadian workplaces. How AI is taking over. AI systems like Microsoft Copilot, UiPath, and Automation Anywhere can now process thousands of documents per hour, scanning, extracting, categorizing, and filing data, with near-perfect accuracy. No coffee breaks. No typos. No vacation days. These tools use something called robotic process automation, or RPA, combined with machine learning. The AI literally watches how a human does a task, learns it, then does it faster and cheaper. The Canadian banks alone, RBC, TD, BMO, have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in AI automation tools since 2021. Internal documents from RBC suggest AI tools have reduced manual back-office processing by up to 70% in some departments. 70%. In some cases, that means a team of 10 people is now one person monitoring a machine. Why humans can't keep up? Speed and cost. A human admin clerk in Canada earns roughly $40,000 to $55,000 per year. An AI system that does the same work costs a fraction of that, and it scales. Need to process 10 times more data? The AI just does it. No extra salary required. And here's the cruel irony: the better you are at your data entry job, the more consistent, the more rule-based, the more repetitive, the easier it is for AI to replace you. Because AI thrives on repetition and rules. Statistics Canada reported in 2023 that administrative and clerical occupations had already seen a 12% decline in employment over 5 years, and AI adoption is accelerating that trend. Now, if you work in admin, this doesn't mean you're helpless. We'll talk about what you can do at the end of this video. But first, the next job on our list? It's one that requires years of university training. A profession people thought was completely safe from AI. They were wrong. If you went to law school thinking a law degree made you bulletproof, I need to stop you right there. Because AI is already doing the work of junior lawyers. Faster, cheaper, and increasingly, better. The law was supposed to be safe. It requires human judgment, right? Critical thinking, emotional intelligence. That's what everyone said. Turns out, a huge chunk of legal work is just research. And AI is a research monster. How AI is taking over. Tools like CaseText, Harvey AI, and Ross Intelligence, all now used by major Canadian law firms, can analyze thousands of legal documents, contracts, and case precedents in seconds. What used to take a junior associate 3 days of research, sifting through case law, pulling precedents, drafting summaries, an AI can now do in under an hour. And it doesn't bill you by the hour. A 2023 survey by the Canadian Bar Association found that 64% of law firms are now using or actively piloting AI tools for document review, contract analysis, and legal research, up from just 17% in 2020. That growth happened in 3 years. Think about what happens in the next 3. Bay Street law firms in Toronto, the top tier of Canadian legal practice, have quietly reduced their junior associate hiring by 20 to 30% since 2022, according to industry insiders. Because one AI tool can do the work of an entire floor of junior lawyers. Why humans can't keep up? Look, senior lawyers aren't going anywhere. Courtroom advocacy, client relationships, complex negotiations, those still need humans. But the entry-level legal jobs? The ones that pay your student debt while you climb the ladder? Those are evaporating. And the ladder is getting shorter. The average law school debt in Canada sits around $70,000 to $100,000. If the junior positions that used to bridge that gap are gone, the entire pipeline is broken. This isn't just a job problem. It's a career pipeline problem. And it's arriving faster than law schools are adapting. But if a law degree can't save you, what about a career in numbers? In finance? In accounting? Oh no. Job number 3, financial analysts and junior accountants. Finance has always been the safe career path in Canada. Stable. Well-paying. In demand. Parents love it. Universities market it hard. But here's the uncomfortable truth, the most common tasks that junior financial analysts and accountants perform every single day? AI can now do most of them, automatically. High voltage, we're not talking about replacing a CFO. We're talking about the thousands of people who crunch numbers, build models, generate reports, and analyze data. That's exactly where AI is hungriest. How AI is taking over. Goldman Sachs, one of the world's most powerful financial institutions, released a report estimating that AI could automate 25 to 50% of tasks currently performed by financial professionals. Tools like Bloomberg Terminal's AI integration, Intuit's AI accounting engine, and platforms like Xero and FreshBooks now automatically categorize expenses, generate financial reports, detect anomalies, and even predict cash flow trends. Barchart Stat: in Canada, the Big Four accounting firms, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, and EY, have all publicly invested in AI-driven audit tools since 2022. KPMG Canada's own AI system, Clara, is already conducting digital audits that previously required teams of junior accountants. Clara. They gave it a name. That's how real this is. And the big banks aren't far behind. TD Bank and Scotiabank have both deployed AI tools for fraud detection, risk modeling, and financial forecasting. Tasks that entire departments of analysts once handled. Why humans can't keep up. Here's the core problem with finance and AI. Finance is fundamentally mathematical. Pattern recognition. Historical data analysis. Projection modeling. These are exactly the things AI is superhuman at. A junior analyst working on a financial model for 8 hours can make errors. The AI works through the same model in minutes, with zero fatigue-induced mistakes. Barchart Stat. According to a 2024 report by the Future Skills Centre Canada, roles in financial analysis, bookkeeping, and payroll face a 78% automation risk rating, placing them in the highest vulnerability category. 78%. That number should hit hard. Job number 4, customer service representatives. Think about the last time you called your phone company, or your bank, or tried to get a refund online. Did you talk to a human? Or did you talk to something that sounded like a human, handled your issue, and you barely noticed the difference? High voltage, that second scenario? That's AI. And it's already doing millions of customer service interactions every single day, in Canada and around the world. How AI is taking over. AI-powered chatbots and voice assistants have reached a level of sophistication that is, frankly, alarming for anyone in the customer service industry. Tools like Google's Contact Center AI, Salesforce Einstein, and IBM Watson can now handle complex multi-step customer issues, process refunds, escalate problems, detect customer frustration, and adapt tone in real time. Barchart Stat, Rogers Communications, one of Canada's largest telecommunications companies, deployed AI-driven customer service tools across their support operations in 2022 and reported handling millions of interactions without a single human agent involved. Millions of interactions without a human. Bell Canada, TELUS, and major Canadian banks including RBC and TD have all rolled out AI customer service systems in the past 2 years. And they're not going backward. Why humans can't keep up? The economics are brutal. A human customer service rep in Canada earns between $35,000 and $55,000 per year. They need breaks, sick days, training, benefits, vacation time. They have good days and bad days. Sometimes they're rude. Sometimes they make mistakes. An AI handles 500 customers simultaneously. At any hour. In any language. With perfect patience. Barchart Stat, Canada's customer service and call center sector employed approximately 280,000 workers in 2022. Industry analysts project that number could fall by 30 to 40% by 2027 due to AI adoption alone. That's potentially 100,000 Canadian jobs gone in 3 years. And the cruelest part? Most of these workers are in economically vulnerable communities. These are jobs that don't require a university degree. Jobs that supported families. Jobs that are quietly, efficiently, being automated away, with almost no public conversation about what happens to the people left behind. Fire, but if you think that was unsettling, job number 5 is the one that will make your jaw drop. Because this is a profession that humans have held for over a century. A creative profession. One that everyone assumed was completely safe from machines. They assumed wrong.
This one hits different. Because this is the job that, above all others, people said machines could never do. Writing requires creativity. Storytelling. A human voice. Emotion. Context. Cultural nuance. Or so we thought. High voltage GPT-4. Claude. Gemini. These aren't just chatbots anymore. They are professional-grade writing machines, and they are coming for content careers faster than almost any other sector. How AI is taking over. Let's be clear about what's already happened. In 2023, Sports Illustrated, one of the most iconic media brands in the world, was caught publishing articles written entirely by AI, using fake AI-generated journalist profiles. CNET quietly published over 70 AI-generated financial articles before being called out by readers. Gannett, one of the largest newspaper publishers in North America, openly deployed AI to write local sports reports. And in Canada? The story isn't much different. Rogers Media, Post Media, and other Canadian media giants have been exploring AI writing tools as newsroom budgets shrink. Canadian journalism schools are now scrambling to teach students how to work with AI, because if you can't, you won't be hired. Barchart Stat, the Canadian Media Guild reported that Canadian newsrooms lost over 2,000 jobs between 2020 and 2023. Industry analysts tie a significant portion of this to the rise of automated content tools. With AI filling gaps that human reporters once occupied. And it's not just journalists. Copywriters. Content marketers. social media managers, SEO writers, email campaign writers. All of these roles that Canadian marketing agencies and tech companies have hired thousands of people to fill, are being automated. Why humans can't keep up? This is the question that keeps creative professionals up at night. If AI can write a perfectly competent 800-word article in 45 seconds, why would a company pay a human writer $60,000 a year to write the same thing in 3 hours? The harsh answer is, for most routine content, product descriptions, news summaries, basic reports, templated blog posts, they won't. Bar chart stat. A 2024 survey by Adobe found that 67% of marketing teams globally are already using AI to produce written content, and over half plan to reduce human writing staff in the next 2 years as AI tools improve. 67%. Using AI to write. Right now. Today. The creative economy, the world of words, ideas, and storytelling, is facing a disruption unlike anything since the printing press. And Canada's creative workforce is not immune. Now, here's where I want to be honest with you. Truly great writing, deeply researched, deeply human, emotionally resonant storytelling, that still requires a person. But, truly great is a high bar. Most content work isn't at that bar. And AI has mastered average. And in a race to the bottom on content budgets, mastered average is often good enough. But here's what you can do. Look, I didn't come here just to scare you. That's not what Hidden Mind is about. We believe that understanding the problem is the first step to solving it. So here's my honest advice for anyone watching this. First, learn to use AI, not run from it. The people who thrive in the next decade won't be the ones who avoid AI, they'll be the ones who master it. If you're a writer, learn how to direct AI tools. If you're in finance, learn how to interpret what AI produces. Become the human in the loop. Second, move towards skills that AI still struggles with: complex human judgment, emotional intelligence, ethical reasoning, leadership, crisis management, and creative direction at a high level. AI is getting better at these too. But it's not there yet. Use that window. Third, never stop learning. The half-life of professional skills is shrinking. What's valuable today may be automated in 5 years. Build a habit of continuous education, online courses, certifications, industry communities. Stay ahead of the curve. Fourth, advocate for yourself and your sector. Canada has an opportunity to shape how AI is adopted in the workforce, through regulation, retraining programs, and labor policy. That requires citizens who understand what's happening. Citizens like you. High voltage, you watched this whole video. That means you're already ahead of most people. Awareness is power. Final words. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's here. And the people who will be fine on the other side are the ones who looked it in the eye, clearly, honestly, and decided to adapt. You've done step 1 today. You showed up. You paid attention. That's what Hidden Mind is here for, to take the ideas that are reshaping your world and make them impossible to ignore. If this video made you think, drop a comment below. Tell me, which of these 5 jobs surprised you the most? Are you in one of them? What are you planning to do? I read every single comment. And I want to hear from you. If you found this valuable, share it with someone who needs to hear it. A friend. A family member. A coworker. Because the more people understand what's coming, the better prepared we all are. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Hidden Mind. Hit the notification bell. Because we have more videos coming that you absolutely do not want to miss. The future is arriving fast. But you don't have to face it blind. I'll see you in the next one.